Good evening all, welcome back to my channel. Today in our Excel tutorial we will see few formulas. We will touch base on sum, average, range and count. So we're going to see these formulas today, and I have made a simple table and I have different sheets here, if you can see. So first thing we will speak about is sum, how to calculate sum for a range. What is range? Range is nothing but a collection of cells. So in the last video I showed you what is cell, what is column, what is rows. So this is called as range. Okay. So the first formula we will see today is how to do a sum. So just say for example these are 5 months of data I have, Jan, Feb, March, April, May. I need to count what is the sum of all the sales we have done for 4 months. So the first formula we are seeing today is sum. So the formula is, I've mentioned the format below, which is equal to sum, open the brackets, and I am selecting the range. Range, like I said, is a collection of cells. So I will select the first cell, and if you see for the first 4 months my sale is 490. Similarly, I am doing for the second one. So this is for person ABD, and the number of sales is done for the past 4 months, Jan, Feb, March and April is 590. So similarly, if I have to calculate sum column wise, formula is the same. I'm going to use the same formula, is equal to sum brackets, and I'm selecting the range. Range is again, like you see in the video, is the collection of cells. So from here I don't have to completely enter the formula again. I can just select the cell and use the drag it down, and it will calculate the formula automatically. You can see it here. I'm doing it here in the rows also. So I've just selected the first cell of 810 and I will drag it till April, and that will give me the exact count. So that is simple. So moving on, this is also calculating a sum, but here I'm going to show you the difference between what we did in the first sheet and what we are doing now. So now I'm going to calculate the total of 2019 plus 2020 sales done. So I'm going to merge 2 years data. So for example 2019 sale, if you see in the table I have 2019 sale and 2020 sale. Okay, so my goal is to find the sum of 2019 as well as the sum of 2020. So in the previous sum we will use a similar method. So formula is going to be same, is equal to sum, open the bracket, I will select the range and I will put a comma and select the second range of 2020. So do you see how it happened? We can see it again. So it is nothing but total of 2019 and 2020. So now I'll show you something can be a bit confusing. So if I want to calculate only 1 month in 2019 and 2020, let's say the first row is Jan, Feb, second row and like March and April below that. So I need to calculate, let's say Jan and Feb. So is equal to B2 is to B3, or sorry, B2 plus B3, and I'm going to select the cell of D2 and D3, and that will give me the total sum of just 2 months in 2019 and 2020 together. I hope you guys are understanding the formula. Can be a bit confusing, but like I said in my previous video, you need to practice, and it is simple if you understand the logic and if you start practicing it. And guys, in case if you have still not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe it and click on the bell icon so that you will see all the Excel tutorial and you will be the first one to see. You will get a notification if you click on subscribe and the bell icon. So Now I will show you one more example of sum. So I need total of B2, B3, D2 and D4. So basically there are two columns with different numbers and I need to find the total. So it's going to be simple, like I said, is equal to, I'm going to select the cell I need to calculate and I'm going to put a plus symbol like I did just now, and it will give me the total. So moving on to the next formula is finding average, and the next one we will look at is average A. Okay, so average A could be a bit confusing, but I will try and make it as simple as possible. In case if you still have questions, please put a comment below and I will come back to you. So I will try and find average of Jan month, Feb month, March and April. So the formula I will use is equal to average, open the bracket, and I am going to select the range. Pretty simple. Close the bracket, press enter, and it will give me the average. So likewise I will do it row wise now. Is equal to average, same formula. I will select the range I want, press enter, and it will give me the average. So select the cell, drop down, it will give you the average for rest of the months. Simple. Yeah, it looks simple, but like I said, please practice. It will make it easier. Now the confusing bit is average A. Okay, I'll try and make it as simple as possible. So what is the difference between average and average A is what I will try and explain. So example, you have let's say sale data of 5 months, and every month you have sold, let's say 100. Your total amount is 100 for the past 5 months, and you want to calculate an average of the sales you have done for the past 5 months. So I'm trying to calculate the average of sales I have done in the past 5 months. These are 5 months average. Every month I've sold 100, and so average, like I showed, open the bracket, select the range, that is giving you average. Okay, this is what we just saw, but now the difference is what is average A. Okay, so again I'm just trying to change the number to see how average changes here. If I put a letter, let's say in between there is a letter, okay, and how average A will come into picture. So if you see, with the same average formula, my average is showing as 100 for the last 5 months, but in between one of the months then there is a letter text. So that means that average is not giving me the right number when there is a text in between. Okay, so in that case, when you use average A instead of average, when you have text in between, so it is average A is equal to, open the bracket and select the range. So even if there is a text in between, average A will count it as 0, and that will give you an average which is coming up to 83.33. So that is the basic difference, but like I said, it can be a bit complicating. You can go to Google and search more details about average A, and still if you want some more clarification, please comment in the comments section, and I will try and reply as clearly as possible. So moving on, next one we will see minimum range and a maximum range in a group of sale data. Like we are using the same data again, and in this data for the month of Jan, Feb, March and April, column wise and row wise, I need to find out which is the minimum value and the maximum value. Okay, very simple formula. The formula again I'm going to use is equal to minimum min, open the brackets, select the range. I'm doing it column wise and row wise so that you can understand, and you can use it as and when your requirement is and as and when you want to do it. So it is 90, and if you see in the table, 90 is the minimum value, so the formula is working correctly. I will do for the month of Feb is equal to minimum, and open the bracket, select the range, and the minimum is 120 in this table, so the formula is correct. I will do it this side now just to show you how you can also do it on the other way. And like I said, this select the cell and dragging once the formula is done, it will, you don't have to enter the formula every time, you just have to select and drop down and it will work. So now I will do a maximum value. Okay, so we saw minimum, how to find minimum, but now for maximum, again it's a simple formula, is equal to max, open the bracket, select the range, close the bracket, and it will give you the maximum number in that table. So select, and I'm dragging it till the month of April so that the formula is auto populated, and I've got minimum and maximum number as well. Simple. Does it sound good? So guys, please do not forget to subscribe if you are new to this channel. It will be a good support for us to come up with many such videos in future. Okay, so lastly we are moving on to count formula. Okay, so that I will show you two different ways of calculating count. Okay, so please stay till the end. It is a bit lengthy video today, but I think it is worth it because there is a lot of information we are trying to share, and it is important you stay till the end and see this video. Okay, so the format or the formula for count I'm going to start with is equal to count, open the bracket, range. So again, this formula will count the number of values we have. It is not the sum, it will just count. Okay, so I will show you how. So is equal to count, open the bracket, I will select the range, I close the bracket, and it will tell me the count. So the total count is 10. So I hope you understood what I'm trying to tell you is. So it is counting the total cells we have used in this table, okay, for the month of Jan. Now for Feb, if you see, we have used 10 cells, but there are 3 text in between. So let's see how this will work in count. Okay, so if you see count formula, I'm using the same formula, but it is excluding the text in between. So it is only counting the numbers. It is only counting the numbers. I hope you are understanding what I'm saying. So this is excluding the text which I highlighted using the same formula. Okay. Now here in the month of March, if you see, there are 2 cells which is blank. There is no numbers, there is no text. So when I use a count formula here, let's see what happens. Same range I'm selecting. It is excluding the blank cells also. Okay. Moving on, for April, it is a mixed. We have text in between as well as we have blank. Okay, we use the same formula and it is giving me a count of 7. So it is excluding text, it is excluding the blank side. Okay, I hope you understood. Now the next formula I want to show you is count range. This is the formula which we just saw. Count, I hope you have understood. So moving on, the last one I want to show you today, last formula is equal to count A and the range. Okay, so like how we saw average A, we will see count A and we will see what is the functionality of this formula. So count A, again here, let me put the formula, is equal to count A, open the brackets, I will select the range. It is giving me the same numbers because there is no text nor there is any blank in between. Okay, so let's use this here and see what happens. Okay, so there is text and count A is counting text as well. So in case in your requirement, if you have to count a text as well, then you can use this formula. So count A will count all the text as well as the numbers. Okay. Now let's try for March. March has blank. Okay, let's see. So difference is count will count only numbers. Count A will count all text and numbers. So what will happen if there is a blank? With count A formula, so let's see, I will use the same formula. I will select the same range and let's see if it is counting. No. So it is counting only text, numbers, but not blank. Okay. So again here I will do the same formula for April. It should be 9 and it is 9. Okay. So I hope you have understood the difference. I will show you one more formula just before I end this video today. Okay. So just stay with me. It's going to be very interesting. So I'm just showing you what is the difference. It is not counting blanks. Okay, count A formula will not count blank. It will count text and numbers. Count will count only numbers. So the last formula I want to show you today is count blank. Okay, so if there is any blank in your table and if you want to count the number of blanks you have, if that is your requirement, then you can use this formula, count blank. The format is going to be the same, just a few changes in the formula. So is equal to count blank, open the bracket and the range. Okay, trying making it as simple as possible. So let me put the formula. So it will count only the blanks. Okay, so I hope you have understood what I'm trying to tell. So there is a blank in the month of March. I will put this formula, so it should tell me how many blanks I have in this table. Okay, so let me do this. So guys, while I'm doing this, thank you so much for your support. Please continue to support me as much as possible, and I will come up with many such useful information for you guys. Okay, let me do it for April. So count blank, select the range, so there should be 1. It is counting the number of blanks in the table, and that's it. So that's it almost for the day. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you do, please click on the like, comment, and do not forget to subscribe and share the information to people for whom this is important. And wait for my next video. So I will give you a complete guide on Excel tutorial as much as possible. I will complete the Excel tutorial first and then we will move on to the other topics. Thank you so much guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Have a good evening and stay safe. Thank you.